is Jeff, the host of the Gridiron.
All right. Well, of course, I've seen this here. Is the Daboll countdown on? Is it time to start counting down the days of Daboll? Well, yeah, I don't. Of course, I see the articles. Of course, is with Daboll, and of course, Belichick's still available and all that stuff and everything. But of course, there's some people. I think it's Chris Caney. Yeah, Chris Caney says Brian Daboll is toast. He's done. He's the biggest loser coming out of last night. Daniel Jones has a better chance of being back next year than Brian Daboll does. Chris Caney is not much of a fan. That is for sure. But he said that is certainly a hot take from the former Giants defensive tackle. It's great TV radio. Yep. Well, I mean, that's what you got to do. I mean, you got to get these guys to come on there and just say these outrageous things and all that. That way people will tune in. Oh, my God, what did he say? Let's play that. Like, what did Chris Caney say? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, of course you got to. That's the stuff you have to say. But let's see, who is this here? Ed Valentine. He says Chris Caney's take is off base. Ed Valentine says, in my view, it's far too early to write Daboll's epitaph. And if you were writing Daboll's, perhaps GM's Joe Schoen too. Start of the season, a 1-3 beginning is exactly what we said again and again. And Schoen acknowledged on Hard Knocks was the type of thing this regime could ill afford. Has opened the door to this speculation. Yep. There's still 13 games left to play. The story of this season is still only in its early chapters. There could be lots of plot twists to consider. Anything of fate at the season's quarter pole is foolhardy. Let's see. Maybe it won't. Point is 76.5% of the Giants' 2024 season remains to be played. So basically 3/4 of the season still remains to be played. Things can change. What anyone believes is an absolutely certainty today might not be the case 3.5 months from now. Daboll certainly deserves a share of the blame for how this season has started. Maybe the lion's share, though perhaps 1 or 2 plays from the quarterback, more on that as we go, might have taken him off the hook. Yep. Is it fair to say the Giants could be 3-1 and just a couple of things that happened differently against the Commanders in week 2 and against the Cowboys in week 4? Yep. The Giants had clear opportunities to win both games, and it feels like they should be at least 2-2. Yep. But they aren't. They're still 1-3. And as Bill Parcells used to say, if you're a Giants fan, you know what Parcells used to say about a team's record. You are what your record says you are. Let's see. The Giants offense, Daboll's baby has not shown any ability to score more points than it did a year ago when the Giants were 30th in the league at 15.6 points per game. That despite Daboll taking play calling from the offensive coordinator Mike Kafka and doing it himself. I'm not criticizing that choice. It was the right one, and I've praised it. So far, though, it just isn't bringing the anticipated and much-needed results. Yep. Yet the Giants are averaging just 15 points per game, a shade below what they averaged a season ago. But Daboll can't prevent drop passes. Critical drops by Malik Neighbors in week 2. Remember that? Right? 4th and 10, whatever, 4th and 4, whatever it was. Ball hits him right in the chest, bounces away. Right? Giants possibly win. But our star receiver drops a pass. Does Daboll have anything to do with that? Nope. And Wando Robinson, week 4 could have changed the outcome of games. Giants receivers have dropped 11 passes this far, 10.8%. Only receivers for Jacksonville and Cleveland have dropped the ball more often. And Jacksonville and Cleveland, their record is bad too. Daboll can't prevent fumbles. The Giants have had a league high 3 so far, albeit they have played one more game than everyone except for Dallas. Yeah, I mean, Singletary, right? His fumble. Yeah. Actually, Singletary's fumbled a couple times, right? Daboll can't run block. Carmen Basillo has received a ton of praise so far for his work with the offensive line, but John Runyon's admission after Thursday's game that the linemen weren't sure who they were supposed to block on a lot of plays against the Cowboys was alarming. Weren't sure who he was supposed to block. Because Dallas changed some stuff up. And John Runyon Jr. is like, I don't know. We weren't sure who we were supposed to block. Like we were blocking the wrong guys. Well, is that Daboll's fault? Maybe a little bit, but certainly not all of it. That's what you got other coaches for. Daboll doesn't possess a remote control that would guide Jones' deep throws into the arms of the receivers rather than over their heads or at their feet or out of bounds. That's Daniel Jones. Jones is just 3 out of 15 for 20% on throws of 20-plus yards behind the line of scrimmage. The only quarterback as a worst in that category is Caleb Williams, the rookie. That obviously isn't good enough. There are missed deep throws against Washington and Dallas that might have put the Giants in position to get different outcomes. If it continues, no one will blame Daboll if he opts at some point for the big arm of Drew Lock over the efficiency Jones has played with so far this season. There have been a great deal of discussion about Daboll's decision against the Dallas Cowboys to kick a field goal rather than go for a touchdown on 4th and goal at the 3-yard line on the opening drive of the third quarter with the Giants trailing. I ain't worried about that. He took the points. I mean, still there are times in games that scream for a shot to be taken. The 4th and goal was hardly the only such situation. Daboll has passed on this season. Week 1 against Minnesota, the Giants got the ball at Minnesota's 20-yard line after a fumble recovery. The first play, a run up the middle by Eric Gray. They ran 6 plays, never once taking a shot in the end zone. 1st and 10 or 2nd and short somewhere around the defense's 40-yard line seems like a great time to be aggressive. Yep. But by my count, the Giants faced that type of situation 6 times against the Commanders. They took one deep shot. Admittedly, I do not remember the circumstances of every play. Against the Browns, Daboll did call back-to-back shot plays to Neighbor in the second half that fell incomplete. But against Dallas, after the 39-yard catch and run by Neighbors, which is the one that Daniel Jones, if he hit him in stride, maybe he beats the safety coming over, maybe takes it to the house. But Jones underthrow him here. I kind of turn around and catch it and then regain his speed again. There's a long article there. Daboll and Giants still have 13 opportunities to change the narrative. The way the season has begun has certainly opened the door to discussion about the Giants perhaps moving on from a head coach yet again. The thing is that, which is true. It's true. Daboll can't throw the deep pass. He's on the sideline. He can't have Malik Neighbors in the game against the Commanders on 4th down. Ball hits him in the chest. He can't make Neighbors catch the ball. He can't prevent Singletary's couple fumbles. There's a lot of things. Daboll's on the sideline. He can only do so much. Right? But, I mean, you can look at it, once again, we're looking at, it's 15 points a game. It's like, what do we, our better offensive line's better. Now, we do need maybe, obviously, we could really use a good weapon at tight end. Not a blocking tight end. We need a weapon, like a good weapon at tight end, right? Which we had with Waller if he didn't retire. But So we definitely need. But I mean, you can also see, as I said, there's still 13 more chances to turn this thing around. But I mean, it's like we didn't have a kicker against the Commanders. I mean, how often does that wind up happening? It happens, sure. But how often does that wind up happen throughout the course of an NFL season where a team just their kicker gets hurt? That doesn't happen that often. Unfortunately, it happened to the Giants. Right? So we lost that game because we didn't have a kicker. So we should be at least 2-2. Right? If Daniel Jones can throw the ball deep, maybe we beat the Cowboys. We certainly could be 3-1. Certainly could be 3-1. And I said, once again, we got 13 more games to go. Now you can certainly look. I mean, Daniel Jones throws you the pick six. We lose 28-6 to the Vikings. But as of right now, newsflash: Vikings are pretty good. Right, but I mean, you can certainly see where the Giants would be 3-1. So we got 13 more games to go. We got 10 days off. Right, we're going across the country. We're getting out of Dodge. We're going to play a very good Seattle Seahawks team. They're a good team. They're not the 72 Dolphins or not like that. Any given Sunday, any team could win. So we'll go out there, give it their best, and see where it goes. But is the Daboll countdown on? It's way too early. Way too early. To go. So I have to. And it's obviously it's not up for us to say. It's up to there's John Maurer at the end of the season. Sit back and he's like, I see improvement. I see where we're getting better. We're certainly getting better. So that's up to him. All right, guys, it's been 54, almost 55 minutes. Alexandre, and Connor. Hope I said the name right. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate the comments. Whoever spent any time listening to me live, thank you. If anybody spends any time watching the replay, this once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. And as always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.